On an ordinary day, you might be sitting in a coffee shop, stressing over an unpaid bill, an upcoming meeting, or complaining about a sudden downpour ruining your new shoes. You scroll through your phone, take a sip of coffee, and feel that this world is perfectly safe. You believe there are certain rules that govern this universe and boundaries that are never crossed. But you only have the luxury of complaining about those trivial things because somewhere out there, deep underground, the SCP Foundation is bleeding. They fight, they contain, and they die in the dark so that you can live in the light. Their motto is their very reason for existence: secure, contain, protect. Pause. But try to imagine a nightmare like this. What would happen if the very people who swore to protect you in the shadows suddenly realized that human existence itself is what needs to be contained? No, not contained. Exterminated. What if the most powerful organization on the planet, holding thousands of reality benders, immortal monsters, and time-bending weapons, suddenly turned their spears on us? No clear reason, no demands, just a single order: wipe out humanity. Absolute extermination. Today, we're not talking about a monster hiding under your bed. We're going to open a file that the Foundation wanted buried forever. A relic from a collapsed timeline. Welcome to SCP 5000, the story of an apocalypse brought not by the stars, but by our very protectors. If you skim through the file of SCP 5000, you might feel underwhelmed. Its containment procedures are laughably simple for its safe classification. It's kept in a standard storage unit at Site 22, with all connectable electronic systems completely deactivated. No heavily armed guards, no meter-thick titanium alloy walls, and no bloody sacrificial rituals to keep it asleep. Because SCP 5000 itself isn't what's trying to kill us. It is merely a witness. This containment procedure isn't meant to hold an entity. It's meant to contain the truth. The Foundation isn't afraid of SCP 5000 breaking its steel shell. They are afraid that what it carries inside will shatter the mind of anyone who learns of it. So, what is it? Physically, SCP 5000 is a mechanical suit of armor. An absolute exclusion harness, originally designed by the SCP Foundation itself. Its function? Simple. It turns the wearer into an absolute ghost. It protects the user from all physical harm, filters out toxic agents, bends light for invisibility, and most terrifyingly, it blocks any intrusion into the mind. You cannot be seen, cannot be touched, and cannot be perceived if you wear it. But the suit we are keeping at Site 22 is a pile of scrap metal. It appeared on August 12th, 2020, accompanied by a blinding flash of light right inside its own containment chamber. It was crushed, torn apart, and scorched. The engine was dead. Life support functions had failed. And inside that mangled suit was a corpse. The body belonged to a man named Pietro Wilson. Remember that name. He wasn't a battle-hardened MTF operative, nor a cold-blooded site director. Pietro was just a lowly technician, a guy who fixed the Foundation's electronics. His DNA was a perfect match. His personnel file was a perfect match. There was only one problem. The real Pietro Wilson was currently working at Site 22 at that exact moment, completely healthy, and he had no idea what that suit was, nor why his own dead body had just fallen out of thin air. You see, SCP 5000 doesn't belong to our reality. It's a black box recovered from a flight that crashed straight into the Mountain of Doom. It came from a parallel timeline. The real secret, the one that makes the O5 Council break into a cold sweat, lies in the data drive implanted inside the suit. An encrypted journey log, recording every day, every hour of Pietro Wilson from that other timeline. Don't let this lifeless metal shell fool you. The absolute horror doesn't lie in the gears or the cloaking system. The horror lies in what Pietro saw, what he experienced, and why he had to put on this suit to run away from his own peers. Take a deep breath, because right now, I'm going to plug into that drive. We are going to watch Pietro Wilson's logs. We are going to witness the moment the world stopped breathing. Close your eyes. Imagine you are Pietro. You are sitting in the break room at Site 22, a boring workday like any other. Then suddenly, the alarm blares. Not your standard containment breach alarm. This is a code red. Automated lockdown doors slam shut. Through the reinforced glass, you see the mobile task force, your colleagues, the soldiers you greet every morning, marching down the hallway. You expect them to come to the rescue. But no. Their rifles are raised. They open fire on the researchers. No warning. Not a single trace of hesitation. Blood splatters across the pristine white walls. The screams are drowned out by deafening gunshots. They are purging the site. And you are the next target. In sheer panic, you dash into the lab and grab the only thing that could save your life. The prototype SCP 5000 suit. You put it on, activating the cloaking mode the exact second the door is blown open. The MTF soldier steps in. He stands less than half a meter away from you. He looks right through you. He doesn't see you, doesn't hear your heart pounding like it's going to burst out of your chest. But you see his eyes. Those eyes are entirely empty. No madness, no bloodlust, and no mercy. It is the look of a man doing a tedious cleaning job, exterminating lesser life forms. And when you escape the facility and step out into the outside world, that's when the real nightmare begins. The Foundation isn't just targeting their own. They are targeting all of humanity. In a suit completely isolated from the world, you wander through ruined cities. The suit's comm system picks up fragmented radio broadcasts. You hear children crying, desperate pleas for help, and then, suffocating silence. You witness the Foundation unleash SCP-682, the hard-to-destroy reptile, into densely populated areas. You see them broadcast cognito-hazardous images on national television and social media, making millions drop dead right in front of their phone screens in a fraction of a second. Hiding in an abandoned house, you watch MTF soldiers round up civilians. They don't kill them immediately. They carve bizarre symbols onto their foreheads, turning them into blinkers, flesh machines that move by teleporting whenever they aren't being watched, exactly like the mechanics of the sculpture. SCP-173. The Foundation is using the very weapons of darkness, turning victims into slaughtering tools to hunt down survivors. The sky is dyed a sickly crimson. The air chokes you with the stench of smoke and burning flesh. You keep walking. 1 day, 2 days, a month. The suit keeps your body from starving or dying of thirst, but it cannot protect your mind from the corrosion of absolute solitude. You are a wandering ghost in your own world. You cannot interfere. You cannot save anyone. Every attempt to reach out is just pure desperation hitting the void. You witness your own species being driven to extinction by the coldest, most perfect machine ever created by mankind. So, why? Why did the Foundation betray its own oath? The Foundation wasn't invaded by aliens. The O5 Council wasn't brainwashed. And this wasn't some technical glitch. The brutal truth lies in a keyword Pietro managed to piece together from stolen data fragments. Project PNEUMA. The Foundation created a map. Not a geographic map, but a map of the psychosphere, the collective cognitive space of all humanity. They wanted to fully understand the human mind, to better protect it. But when they shined a light into the abyss of the subconscious, the abyss looked back. They found something there, an entity. It had been there since the dawn of humanity. It is hardwired into the brain of every single human being. It is the root cause of all pain, all mercy, all the emotions we consider humanity. We think feeling pain is a biological survival instinct. No, the Foundation discovered that pain, despair, empathy are all just food for this entity. We are not free creatures. We are an incubator farm, a host parasitized by a monster lurking in our very consciousness. And that is the worst part. The naked truth that sends shivers down your spine. The Foundation didn't go mad. They are the only sane ones left. The Foundation distributed a cure to all senior personnel and their military forces. It severed the link between their minds and that entity. They lost what we call humanity, lost their empathy, lost the capacity to feel pain. They look at normal people, those still infected by the entity, with absolute disgust. The same way you would look at a swarm of maggots writhing in a necrotic wound. They aren't exterminating humanity out of hatred. They are exterminating humanity like a surgical procedure to remove a tumor, sterilizing a disease to save a larger ecosystem, even if the price is the life of the host. Every resistance effort by nations, by the Global Occult Coalition, or even other SCPs was utterly useless. Because you cannot defeat a Foundation that holds all the secrets of the universe, especially when they are no longer bound by morality. And Pietro Wilson, in his stealth suit, carrying the last copy of the cure or a weapon to reset reality, dragged himself towards Site 579. Not to defeat the Foundation, but to bring this universe back to square one. To hide that entity once again. To let us continue being mindless livestock. Because this truth, this liberation, is even more terrifying than a lifetime of captivity. Pietro Wilson made it to Site 579. With the absolute last ounces of strength from a crushed body, he connected what he brought with SCP 579. The system rebooted. Reality repaired itself. That brutal timeline was erased, folded into a loop that never happened, leaving behind a single relic, the scorched suit and Pietro's corpse appearing in its very containment chamber at Site 22 on August 12, 2020. He succeeded. Our world was saved. You are still sitting there, safe behind your screen. The SCP Foundation in this reality remains the silent protectors, ready to sacrifice themselves for humanity, upholding the motto, secure, contain, protect. A happy ending, right? But think about it carefully. Pietro's sacrifice didn't destroy the entity in the psychosphere. He merely restored the status quo, restored the cage, restored the mindless livestock. The thing the Foundation found in Project PNEUMA in that timeline, it's still here. Right now. Right in our reality. The Foundation just hasn't opened that door again. Or perhaps they already know, but decided to keep this horrific secret buried to maintain the fragile order of the world. That means the creature parasitizing the subconscious of mankind is still alive. So, the next time you accidentally cut your finger and feel pain, the next time you cry over a sad movie or feel profound empathy piercing your chest when you see a stranger in distress, don't be so proud to call that humanity. Hold your breath for a second and ask yourself, are those really your emotions, or just the satisfying sensation of something invisible, slowly nibbling and absorbing the pain from deep within your mind? Have a good day, and let's hope the SCP Foundation never looks up at the sky of our consciousness ever again.